All right. We told you LeBron James has a beef with the play-in game, especially now that the Lakers could be in it.
Yes, it's very, very interesting.
Yes. So here he is. This is after last night's loss to Toronto. They're 6 in 7 games, second straight with LeBron since he returned from the ankle injury. He's not playing tonight as they go against Denver. But here he is talking about his disdain for the play-in tournament.
Well, it doesn't matter at the end of the day if I'm not, 100% close to 100%. It don't matter, where we land, So, that's my mindset. And, if this happens to we end up at 6th or 5th or whatever the case may be, or if we end up in the playoff, whatever that thing is, whoever came up with that need to be fired. But whatever.
Whatever.
I wonder who the individual. I guess it probably wasn't one individual. But,
it probably came like a brainstorming
right.
meeting, and then they were trying to figure it out.
So here's my thing, Rob. I got to correct myself because I was on Speak for Yourself earlier today, and I did not know. LeBron. Well, I just said the timing was. I didn't agree with the timing because
the timing
had
still
he
is bad.
said the timing looks bad, but I didn't know back when they came up with this idea of the play-in tournament back in 2018 that LeBron shot it down at that point. So I respect it more knowing that. When he shot it down then, that shows that this is not just because the Lakers are in it.
Yeah,
he don't like the idea, period, which I can respect that.
I give you that. I think that's fair, Chris. But I do think that when other teams was involved, he didn't have as big of a problem with it. Would you admit that?
Yeah, probably not. Okay. We saw that with Mark Cuban,
right?
Luka Doncic. Especially when, look, the Wizards, the Warriors, they probably love it. But when you thought, there's no way LeBron thought in his wildest dreams
that they would be involved in this, right?
So that makes it that much worse. But I'm going to say this, Rob, and I think you're going to disagree with me, but I'm going to say this. I just think LeBron's flat out wrong because I love the play-in tournament. Absolutely, positively love it. And I'm going to give you several reasons why, and then you can shoot him down if you like. Number one, though, it is an anti-tanking device. Rob, you've covered the NBA a long time. The last 2 weeks, if at least, of the regular season are usually a joke. Especially for, the teams that are already locked in to their seeding and all that. They're resting guys and teams that are out of it aren't playing hard. Not this year. All right, Toronto, you know why they came in the Staples Center and beat the brakes off the Lakers last night?
Because the Lakers are bad.
Well, but also they got a chance to get in the play-in. They are getting after it. And the Lakers, the Mavericks, the Blazers, they got to play hard too. I mean, this is the Wizards. Why is Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, why are they playing so well? They've won, I think, 11 of 13 now. They got a chance to get into the play-in. So I like it from that standpoint. That's number one. Teams are playing hard. Number two, we got stars who would not be involved in the playoffs to any degree that we're going to get to see in the play-in. I'm talking Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, maybe Zion and Brandon Ingram. I mean, that's a plus to me. Number three, it is the one-and-done element, the March Madness element. We've talked about how this, it's what makes March Madness so great. That is one and done. That is just an unbeatable drama that everybody wants to tune in. So we get the one and done or the two and done without losing the 7-game playoff that assures us of the best team winning the championship in most cases. So I like that. It's like the best of both worlds. And then here's my final reason, Rob, and I think you will agree with this one. It is one more aspect that makes the regular season matter. All right, we see it. The regular season is getting less and less relevant every year. Dudes are sitting out all types of games. Get some legitimate injuries, LeBron, AD. You know, some guys are obviously the guys in Brooklyn, so I'm not ripping everybody for missing games. But still, there's a lot of guys just sitting out when they really don't need to be. And the play-in tournament, in addition to like the postseason or the regular season awards, which I'm going to take into consideration, I'm an official voter, I'm going to really take into consideration who was playing when I put my all-NBA teams together and my awards and so on and so forth. And this is one more thing that will compel guys, or should at least compel guys to play, because we got to get one of those top 6 seeds, or we got to get into the play-in. So I'm playing as many games as I need to. So those are the reasons I like it, Rob. I think I convinced you.
No, you did not. You're convincing me
At least
that
give me the last one. You did like the last one. The regular season being regular.
I get that. But
Relevant.
the only problem is you're still rewarding teams for not playing well during the regular season. And even if they do make it, and it doesn't mean that the first round won't be a 4-game sweep or whatever it is, because they really weren't that good. It's like a fraudulent. It sounds exciting, but you're letting teams that really didn't play well during the year. So a team could get hot in that and win, but they were under 500 all year, and then they get swept in 4 games in the first round. So my point is, what is the point of it? Is allowing teams that have not performed well, you're rewarding them basically for not playing well. Why play 82 games? I know it's only 72 this year, to eliminate 14 teams, but now you're not even eliminating 14 teams. Now you're playing 82 games to eliminate 10 teams, or you know what I mean, or whatever it is.
Right.
It just
It'd be
seems
10.
it doesn't right 10 teams. It doesn't make any sense. You're making the regular season almost irrelevant, because you got to be awfully bad not to have anything to do with the play-in games. And even the teams that are at the bottom, the last couple the last 4, 2 of them probably don't even deserve to even have a shot to upset somebody. So I get it, because it's Steph Curry and some names you know, but in years gone by, it might be really 4 bad teams, Chris, where it isn't Steph Curry, and maybe it's not Zion and guys like teams like that, where you have teams that just aren't that good. I just don't like it.
But you got to admit, I mean, especially in the Eastern Conference, we've had that a lot. Like that last seed or that 7th seed where they just haven't been a very good team. We've had several teams make it with less than 500 records in the Eastern Conference. So it's no different in that regard.
Yeah, but this to me is just another. I mean, I get it. You know, they're trying to make some more money off some more playoff games and whatnot. I just think you got to be very careful not to make your regular season null and void, where people just say, "I'll wait," and it ain't the one and done. And you're right. I've said it before, Chris. It's not college basketball. It's the format. The one and done is just
we
exciting.
don't even know the players anymore.
Right. It doesn't matter, though. Right?
Right.
It doesn't even matter.
Right. That's why I think it'll be fun. All right.
Let's kick it off with John in Minneapolis. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, John?
Hey, good evening, fellas. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say I'm all in for a couple reasons. One of them is, what if a team's good and they go through injuries throughout the season, and then they get healthy towards the end of the season, and they can get in there and really be a contender? Or you look at the bubble last season. You had Miami, who obviously they wasn't playing, but still they wasn't expected to get there. It just gives opportunities for Cinderellas. And then also you might have a team that makes some trades at the trade deadline that puts their team in better position, that they will be competitive once it gets in there. So I just like the format. I just think it gives other options. And, hey, I'm looking forward to somebody creeping up that we weren't expecting.
You only say that, John, because when LeBron gets knocked out in the play-in game, all hell's going to break loose. You watch and see. All the LeBron minions will be up in arms about how phony the NBA is, how terrible it is, and a guy like that can get knocked out in one game, and it ain't fair. I guarantee you.
We'll see.
I'll
give you, Rob, that would be interesting.
Am I right?
If that happens, And I don't think it'll happen. Now, remember, likely, I mean, they
I'm
could
just saying,
finish,
say if
I
they
guess
lose,
really
Chris, you
free
think
fall.
people are going to like that LeBron could get knocked out that easily? No?
No, but that's what I'm saying. It'll be interesting to see because I think we'll see with the callers, but I think more fans like it. But you're right.
All
If LeBron gets knocked out, it'll be interesting to see if that changes.
Sean in Orlando, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Sean?
What's up? Rob, I heard I inspired a song about blocking people on Twitter about a couple weeks ago when I trashed you.
What happened?
Oh, he said he's the reason you did that crazy song.
You heard that song?
Yeah, I heard it.
He said he's the reason for it, Rob.
Sean,
that's what he's saying.
You're the one who called. You remember? I do remember that, and I told you, right? It's my Twitter, and I'll block if I want to. Do we have the song?
Yeah, I mean,
Iowa Sam, where is it?
Whatever.
Please
I
don't
don't need it anyway. But as far as the playing tournament,
it's my Twitter, and I'll block if I want to. Block if I want to. Block if I want to. You would block too if they tried to dish you. All right, Sean, thanks for inspiring me. What you got?
Oh, God.
as far as the playing tournament, though, like people are bound to have a problem with it. Like if one of the 7th or 8th seeds gets knocked out, you know the fan base is going to go rabid. Like, well, we deserved it. And I just think, who knows, man?
No,
Hey,
well,
Sean,
he's
if
kind of
LeBron-
bringing
let
up
me
the
ask
same
you, if
point
LeBron
as you
gets
did,
knocked
right?
out, where are you? Would you be? I bet you NBA America would be up in arms. No LeBron in the playoffs. It was not fair. They should have automatically been in, and I have to play in that thing. Do you know what I mean? Like that's going to be the argument.
But that's one of the things with LeBron, though. Like, if he really felt strongly about this, he should have said it at the beginning of the season. And I know he said it back in 2018 or whatever.
Yeah, he said it back in 2018. I don't know if he said what he said at the beginning of the year, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like they don't care unless it actively affects them, unless they know it actively affects them.
No doubt, Sean. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Mark in Sacramento, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mark?
What's going on, gentlemen? First of all, I want to say I'm a LeBron fan, but on this one, shut the hell up, LeBron, because everybody's subject to the same thing. You just happen to be this time in a situation where your team had a lot of injuries. You're coming back. If you have to play in the playing game, that's a part of this too. You guys got hurt. So shut the hell up, suck it up, and if you say you're the greatest of all time, which you proclaim, go win it through this. You won it through the bubble last year. With that being said, I don't know yet because this is an extension of that. I want to see how it plays out, but I will say the caller before me, he had some really good points, and so did you, Chris. It gives it a different feel.
Right. A little extra excitement.
And the West is really strong. So one of those strong teams might get knocked out. That does give it a college feel, which it never had. And the one thing I agree, Chris, it stopped that tanking crap. I'd rather see this than the tanking crap.
I mean, honestly, Zion might not even be playing right now if they didn't have a shot. And it's even a long shot for them to get in the play-in. You know, I mean, honestly, they might be sitting him just because, hey, we don't want to get him hurt.
You got it.
Look, Mark has rarely been so spirited. Wow. Have you heard him that spirited, Rob?
I love it. I love it.
We like that, Mark. Great stuff.
I love it.
Yes, he's not backing down on that. I think that's it, Chris, we got on the call. So, I'm sorry. One more. We got one more. Nate in Maryland. We're going to check in with Nate. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the playing idea, especially as a Wizards fan, man. It gives us a little bit of hope every year.
See, there you go. There's another bad
that's
team.
Not just it, Rob. That's not just
yes,
it.
It is. Yes,
they
it
haven't
is.
been bad lately, though, Rob. They've been playing
and the
great
league
ball.
is so top-heavy, there's no parity in the NBA. You know, so this gives some of those teams a little bit of a shot. And if you LeBron, first of all, LeBron's never going to be in the 8th spot anyway, but don't get beat by that 9th seed. You know what I'm saying? Get to that 7th seed, like you said, Chris. This will help out with that load management crap. And it just gives that extra juice, man. It's like going to be the greatest reality TV it is. If you played all year, you don't want to get bounced out, you that 8th seed, you're going to be playing your butt off, man. It's going to be like an NCAA tournament game. It gives it that extra juice. And if you don't want to get bounced out of the playoffs, like I said, man, you got to do the work there in the regular year. And the NBA has more playoff teams than any other league except for the NHL anyway.
Right.
So they shouldn't be complaining anyway. Somebody,
you always get a couple bad teams in it. Yeah, you always get a couple bad teams. Good call.
But yeah,
another aspect, Rob, of this, and this is relevant. This is significant. Like, if the Lakers, and LeBron has said it. He said it last night, in fact. We don't get time to practice. Now, they're not the only team. Nobody's getting a chance to practice because the games are coming so fast and furious, and that your off days, you want to give your guys a little chance to rest their bodies. So no teams are really getting hard practices in. While the play-in tournament is going on, teams were going to use that time, at least theoretically, to really get that chemistry, especially a team like Brooklyn, a team like the Lakers, where they've had all these injuries and they can get on the same page again right before the playoffs. But if you're in that play-in, if the Lakers in the play-in, Rob, they're not going to get that time. They're going to have to play in, and then they're going to have to go right to the first round without really having a ton of practice. So there is a disadvantage for those teams that are in the play-in. So I think that's part of what LeBron is bothered by as well, and that's significant.
No doubt. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I just want to see if one of the big boys or somebody that's a big player gets knocked out, the reaction of it, and what the league will do if they, you know what I mean? If it backfires.
There's only a few players. LeBron's certainly one of them. If Brooklyn, Brooklyn, most of the best teams aren't going to be in this. You know what I mean? It's just the Lakers are, strangely, because of the injuries, or at least they could be. We'll see.